Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Kicked off the Tinker Day. Serviced the AC. Went and picked up a couple of my Milwaukee tools. They said they replaced them. One could not be fixed, was not under warranty. Two was under warranty, so they replaced them. Maybe with new or rebuilt. So let's take a peek. Two new Henrys. Man, that looks brand new. Brand freaking new. I'm gonna take a picture of this and try to record what the warranty is on it and try to take care of them. Awesome. The other one's in the bag there, but I come out here to the salvage yard to pick up some parts, so let me get cracking. Here I am, folks, down at the back 40. I brought some stuff with me to clean this hood off to see how nice this hood would look, and I left it in the car. But let me tell you, this hood looks nothing more than dirty. Got a little dab, a little rust right there. Other than that, this is a really good looking hood. I would take it, put it on lemonade in a minute, polish it up, paint it black or whatever. And it's got a decent blanket under it, which is nice. Come out here to get a few things. Charcoal canister. Fog light. Now the one that I see that one actually looks good. The inside looks good. Let's see if I can unplug this thing. The inside of the one that I'm looking at, that lens is cracked or shattered somehow. Looks to have some kind of crack in it. Let me take another look at it. When I look in there, it looks like it's cracked, the inner lens. Not sure if that would be okay. I'm going to try to take this lens off by unclipping these 3 clips and see if that lens will come out. Take that with me. Next up, or should I say off, is this little fuel door. I'm going to punch these 4 pins out of it, pull that off. Next, I'm getting a power amp. I got the power amp out. Next, I'm taking this mirror off. I did learn that I could pry this end cap off, take out the 3 screws, and then pry the cable up, and it'll unplug without taking the door panel off. However, I did nick this door panel doing that with the wrong tool. Should have used the Allen. But anyway, I got the mirror off, so that's that. Let me see what's next. Oops. I got the fender off. I pulled this door and set it aside. Someone said they want this door, but I haven't received the money yet to pay for it. And somebody wants this rocker panel. So I'm going to try to get that off real quick. And I'll be done here for the day. Unless I decide to take this steering wheel. The steering wheel's in pretty good shape, but not perfect. I don't think I'll take it. It has to be near perfect for me to take it. And it's got a lot of, looks like heat damage up here. So let me get this rocker panel off and get out of here. This door has a little bit of rust on it. And as before, you gotta knock those pins out of the rocker panel and then peel the tape off of the top and you can carry that thing away. Water just leaked out of that one. So anyway, let me get this rocker panel off. And someone needs timing belt cover, so I'll pull that off and I'll keep it moving on it. These rocker panel side skirts are installed with 7 pins along the bottom and they're glued on the top side. The best way to get these pins out is to put a screwdriver in here behind the lip of the metal work the screwdriver in there behind it and find the tip of the pin. Start poking it out, and you see the tip of that coming out there. Grab that tip with a pair of pliers or something, and as you start to pull that out, the whole clip will come out, and then you can probably reuse them. So that's how I'm doing those from now on, and I can reuse these. Then I could just push it in there and then push this in the center, which expands it. So I got 7 to remove. The first one's hard, second one's easy because you have a little slot there. Third one's a little hard, fourth one's hard, but you get it in there. Just work on it. Top sides of these are often clipped in. You could pull this gasket out of the way so that you could get at it better and get under it and pry up, and the clips will snap loose. And then you just hook it down and pull it out. I might have a rivet in the front side. And it does. It has 2 right there, so cut those rivets as well. I got the fuel line bracket from the top, fuel line bracket from the back for Uncle Steve. I got the top timing belt cover for Uncle Steve. Man, look how this timing belt was cracked. So, they'll still run with it cracked. Look like it has original water pump as well. I took a clamp off of the thing here. Looked like it's a Volvo one. And it looks like it has good wires. I don't see a date on them, which normally means that they're newer. These newer wires do not have dates on them, so they're probably 4 or 5 years old. So anyway, I'm done for now. I probably should take this latch because I need the one for lemonade that has this plug in it, but I think I already have one in my stash, so I'm not going to take it. I'll find the one in my stash. I'll take it anyway, just in case I can't find my one in my stash. So that's it for now. I'll come back tomorrow for the door and the hood if I get the rest of the money for the door. In this video, I'm going to be putting together this chair that I got from IKEA about a year ago. I'm a little bit particular about an office chair that I may sit in 2 or more hours a day. I want it to be comfortable. I want it to fit right. Let's face it, IKEA is the king of do-it-yourself furniture showrooms. Walked in there, I felt like I was trapped in there, like it was some kind of crazy maze mouse trap. Anyway, I did find this chair. I got it in this color because I do dirty work. I'm a car mechanic, automobile enthusiast, so I figured dirt would show up less with this one. When you're putting this chair together, I highly recommend you use the tool that they supplied you. I advise you to resist using power tools, because power tools may cause you to strip out some of the cast nuts or the machined threads that is in the metal. Use this and that will prevent you from damaging the chair during installation. They warned you not to open this up with a knife because there's a good chance that you'll cut too deep into the box and cut the material on your chair. So be extra careful opening this up. You could barely slice in the edge of that. Start that, tear the tape open, and take everything out of the box. First thing I notice is it has safety casters. That means that the wheels should only roll when there's weight on them. They break and stay still when there is no weight in the chair, so the chair doesn't roll away from you and you fall on the ground. So if you're trying to move the chair around with no one in it, it'll be hard to move. When you sit in it, it should roll easy. This piece of paper is letting you know that some of the parts are zipped into the back of the chair. So when you open the box, you may think some parts are missing, but in fact they're in the back of this chair. More basic information about the chair, the construction, and its use and care. This is the style of the chair, and these are the assembly instructions. Some more information about the contents of it, and as you see, it does have a tool. They say it's best if you assemble it on a soft surface, not a hard surface. You don't want to break anything. Best to look through your instructions before you get started. Make sure you got everything. And a lot of people's common mistake on building things is over tightening things. So try not to over tighten stuff. Make sure you use the right size screws to screw stuff in. There again is 2 different size screws. You got 12 of these and 10 of these. And that's the tool in here to use to put everything together. So let me help you get started. When you open up the box, you're going to get the seat base, the caster spindle, the casters, the seat back, and the rest of the parts is zipped inside the seat back. So you need to unzip the seat back and take out the rest of the parts. So that goes back to this reminder. You got this in there, this in there, this in there, 2 of these, and 5 of those in the seat back. So open up that seat back, get the rest of your parts out. Or you'll think you didn't get all your parts in your package. Get all the parts out of the back of the chair. Next, I'm going to take the center of the base. I'm going to put on these 5 legs. You slide them on like this. You take the short screws and you tighten them in there. Don't do them too tight or you'll strip them. But you put all 5 legs on this center base star. To avoid over tightening those screws, if you're a guy, you use the tool to the long stem angle. That'll avoid you over tightening them. If you're a lady with not a lot of hand and arm strength, you want to take the tool and use it this way to tighten these down, and that way you get the screws as tight as you need them without over tightening them. Now the 10 short screws go in these, and go ahead and screw all 5 legs on, and then we'll move to the next step. I did want to mention that the blue stuff you see on the screw is called thread lock. It prevents the screws from backing out once they're installed into metal. So it makes it hard to unscrew them. So you shouldn't lose screws after this is put together. Another thing I noticed with the screws, they have what I would consider teeth on the bottom of them. And when you tighten them down, that kind of prevents them from backing out as well. So you got 2 methods that should keep these screws tight in the parts that you put together. Next, you want to press your casters into the legs of the chair. You may notice they have a little ring on them that helps them lock into place. You may not hear them click or lock into place, but they do. Be careful to stick it in straight. Don't go in sideways. Push it all the way in until the shoulder of the caster sits flush with the leg of the chair. So you may have to push it with 2 hands. Now that one is all the way in. It wasn't all the way in before. Remember, these wheels are designed to not really roll when no one's sitting in it. So they don't spin, but when you sit on them, they spin freely. When no one's on them, they don't spin so freely. Next, you want to take this dust cap off and set this piece down in the bottom of the chair. It'll only go in so far and stop. Next, you want to take the tilt action component, bolt it to the bottom of the chair with 4 of your longer bolts, and you want your handle to be close to the 2 screws on the side. So you got a hole in the middle, a hole on the end. That handle needs to be up toward the end like those 2 holes are. And screw those down, 4 of them. Again, I do not recommend you use a power tool because you got these anchors in the seat back or bottom assembly, and you don't want to strip those or pull them out with a power tool. So use the tool that they sent you. Get all 4 screws started in by hand before you tighten any of them, because if you don't, you may not be able to get 1 or 2 in. So you put all 4 in, start tightening them with your finger, then tighten them down with the tool. Probably doesn't matter, but I recommend you tighten these down crisscross. Tighten this one down, then tighten that one down, then tighten this one down, then that one. Again, probably don't matter. Then you got these tags here. You can read these and take these off if you're the customer. So next, you want to flip this over, set it down on top of that, and make sure it's set down on there sturdy. Then you can put the armrest on. So this is your armrest. This is the back of the chair. The back is going to screw into these holes. So when you look at the holes down here, you're going to screw these into here. Go ahead and take 2 more of your long bolts and screw them in there and tighten them down. This side goes out like this. Again, you want to start both screws before you tighten either one. Put this one on, tighten it down. Be careful not to put any stress on it. Spin the chair around, put the other 2 on, and then we're going to put the back on. You also want to take the armrest pads and make sure the screws in the bottom of those are tight. Not over tighten, just tighten them. They may be loose. Next, we're going to put the back piece on. You set it in the chair like that, and these things, you ride it up, put it in the top hole, put that one in the top hole. Now put 2 screws loosely in those, and then you're going to pivot this up and snap them in these in the bottom holes, and you start 2 screws loosely in both sides, and then you tighten down all 4 screws. So there it is. You have that screw in loose, the other one in loose. Then you lift this up, lock those bottom 2 holes in those holes there, and then start the screws in there on both sides, and then tighten all 4 down. And here it is, folks, fully assembled, put together. We're all done, ready to use. If for some reason you ever lose this tool, I think this is a number 5 Allen or T30 will fit in there and tighten those down. For safekeeping, they designed a little holder for this tool in the back of the chair. If you unzip the back of the chair, there's a little pouch back there to put this tool in. And there it is. That tool is stowed away. Now you can close the zipper on the back of this pouch. I suggest you zip all this paperwork up in the back of the chair as well. Won't hurt, and you'll know where to find it if you ever need it. Now this chair has 2 functions. It's up and down. Lifting this up allows it to go up and down, and you can lock it so that it doesn't rock, or you could pull this out so it can rock. The rock tension is adjusted by that knob down there. So sit in the chair, rock it back and forth. If it's too hard to rock, loosen that up a turn at a time until it becomes comfortable for you to rock it. And to stop it from rocking, you push that in, and then it won't rock no more. So that's it. Hope you enjoy. Getting ready to do the AC compressor. Not sure if I got a video on this or not, but gotta take the serpentine belt off, move a couple things out of the way, maybe pull the fan out of the way, and then you could take the AC loose. You should get it drawn down first, vacuum, so you can have all of that refrigerant captured so it doesn't leak into the atmosphere. And just take the bolts off the front of the compressor. There's 4 bolts. Put the other one in, hook the lines back up on the back, and put everything back together. So I'm gonna start off by taking this loose, taking the fan shroud out. So I'll pull this out of the way. unhook a few of these wires off the fan trod, take the whole fan up out of the way so I can reach down in there without any restriction. Then I'll take this serpentine belt loose, and then I'll take the lines loose off the back of the compressor, wiggle that out of there. I'll probably take this oil dipstick out as well. So let me start with that. We troubleshot this the other day with it making noise, and now we're going to replace it. So pop the hood, take this off, get this out of the way. Take your airbox scoop off, get that out of the way. That comes apart, but anyway, it's out of the way. Now I'm gonna unplug these vacuum and electrical leads so I can take this fan trod out of the way. I got two 8mm 10s there, two T25s there. After I unplug everything from the fan, this whole piece will lift up and out of the way. You can disconnect the battery if you want. Negative, I'm not going to. You could also pull the computers and pull this box out of the way so it's easier to deal with the serpentine belt. I'm not going to do that either. So that's just a couple of options you have. You might want to draw a image of how this belt goes on, because it's a Chinese jigsaw puzzle. And I'm going to use this to take the belt loose. 14mm long reach. Put it on that tensioner nut and twist that so that it takes the tension off the belt. So if you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.